All right, I've been slacking here, so we're kind of jumping in the middle of things, but quick rundown. This is my 97 S10. Front end swapped because I like the s10noma front end better, but picked this thing up for pretty cheap. And it's relatively rust free. The other side doesn't look nearly as nice. It's rotted out in the bed, but it was cheap. It was a good candidate for a race truck. Originally a 4-cylinder 5-speed truck. I've put so far a drag pack on it, and then we've got the Motion Raceworks drag wing. Otherwise, it's a bone stock 4-cylinder 5-speed truck. Got the drivetrain pulled out of it, and I've got a 4.8 liter just junkyard engine. Went through it, freshened it up, bearings, rings. That's about all. It's a junkyard engine. It's been slapped together. I mean, it's nothing fancy. It's out of an express van, so it was paired to a 4L80. I will be using the 4L80 also. It's got a Jake's Stage 4 rebuild kit in it, so it should be pretty stout. And then we're using an Extreme Automatics full manual valve body for the transmission. So kind of gets us caught up to where we're at right now. I was meaning to video more of this, but I kind of didn't. Got a CXRacing twin turbo kit. The motor mounts that we have down here are CXRacing. They're part of the kit also. And that kind of gets us to where we're at right now. Typically I'd use a cherry picker, but right now I'm just kind of stabbing the engine in just to test fit. I did notch the subframe. I have a muscle car oil pan ordered for it. But we just got a ton of snow, so let's kind of put everything on hold for now. So anyway, like I said, got it notched, working on getting the engine stabbed in here, just kind of test fit. It's not permanent, it's coming back out probably right away. But anyway, we'll keep it going here. I'll let you watch me struggle for a little bit. All right, well, that was a short-lived struggle. I've been fighting this thing for a lot longer. I had just started videoing and didn't see much there, but I've got slack off the chain. I mean, it's sitting in there, and I cannot get these bolts anywhere near close. I mean, this engine still needs to come a half-inch down. I finally crawled underneath it and looked, and I was looking on the back side, and hell, it was clearing. On the front side, not so much. The sump of the pan's still hitting the subframe, so I need to climb under, see how bad we're hitting. Might be able to hammer that down a little bit and make it clear. It's really unnecessary because I have the muscle car oil pan coming anyway. Just being impatient, but we might just let it sit here on the mounts for now, and I might grab some more of the kit and we'll start bolting shit up, just kind of get a rough idea where everything's going to sit at and see how it's going to fit here. So we'll go at it like that. I haven't actually test fit the intake yet with it in the truck, so figured I'd throw it on there real quick. We're just using a new body style truck intake, or Trailblazer, whatever you want to call it, intake. Just a little cheapo, what do you want to call it, steam port kit. And it is hitting a little bit, as you can see it's sitting up. So probably have to bend these lines down a little bit just to get some clearance, make it all fit. But otherwise we should clear there. The headers on, they're forward facing headers. Turbos sit right about here. Currently steering shaft isn't clearing, which this is a kit made for the S10, so you know, bolt on kit. We'll see if all works out. The engine's still sitting too high because of the motor mount, so I'm hopeful once it's sitting down a little closer, we can get this on because it's not too far off. but right now it is hitting. Anyway, those are on there. Just a couple bolts holding them on loosely. We'll keep on here. Got the turbos just kind of sitting on there. Again, this side's sitting high because of the motor mounts. I'm hoping this whole thing's gonna sit a little lower though, because I don't think that's gonna clear a hood. We'll see what happens here, but which these need clocked also, and that's gonna make a big difference in it also. These need to turn, both need to turn like 90 degrees, I think. So anyway. There, we have a little more clearance. For what it's worth, this doesn't come with directions, so I'm just kind of going off the pictures on their website. Now, this should fit a little better. Oh, that's way better. I was like, how in the hell is this ever going to work? There we go. Now we're doing. Let's see here. Okay. Now it looks a little better. And my brake lines are going to be in the way again. I'm gonna have to completely redo these brake lines. So, anyway, all right. Well, that gets the point across. I'm gonna keep going here with intercooler pieces because I'm impatient and I want to see it all on. All right. Anyway, that's enough babbling. We've got the grill pulled out now. Doesn't look like you'll have a hood latch with this kit. So we've got the brace that was here and the hood latch pulled off of it. Tried fitting the intercooler in and it's wanting to hit on the frame here. And then this brace here. I'm assuming this probably has to go, which more airflow anyway. So we're just gonna chop it and see what happens. Stay tuned. I'm gonna change the battery here real quick. Drop that brace out and see what happens. Oh, you gotta love it. Still doesn't fit. From what I can tell, and again, it'd really be nice to have some directions, but from what I can tell from the pictures, it almost looks like we got to notch the frame here a little bit, which is just part of the bumper mount. It's not, I don't know, it's not gonna be a huge amount. You can kind of see right here where it's been rubbing for me trying to fit it. So I think if we chop, God, my camera angle there is real great. We chop right here, both sides, just right at the top of that, and come straight down. Hopefully that'll give us our clearance. So we'll see what happens here. Got her fitting in there now, but you look down here where the inlet is, it's just gonna be a little tight there. So I'm gonna clean this up a hair more. The brackets to install it, wherever I put them at, there we go. This is what we got for little plates. I assume it's just kind of a drill your own hole type of situation, but one there, we got one over here. I'm not sure why one's bigger than the other, because it's a pretty tight fit in there. And you know, I don't know, this kit's for an S10 with the s10noma front end on it. That might change it because the radiator support does change with the s10noma front end, so that might be a part of it. But we'll see what happens here, see what we can do to make her all fit. Keep cutting. Probably pretty boring stretch there. Just kind of trying to get all the piping in place, figure out where everything needs to sit and what I need to do here. The impact bar of the bumper itself has quite a bit of movement in it, so I've got it all loosened up and pulled out quite a ways, and that helped, as long as the bumper cover will still fit over it, which I need to try that yet. But I was kind of worried about the headlights being an issue, and actually everything clears by quite a bit. Still have some room to work with. Hold on just a second here. All right, so real quick, my video the other night, 2 days later, I was editing video last night, And I realized that I screwed up. I had the camera on the time-lapse setting, and when I was switching back and forth between time-lapse and real time, I got backwards. So there was a lot of long, boring video of me sitting around doing nothing, and then a couple really short videos of me running like a chicken with the head cut off. Anyway, so I honestly don't even know where I was at, but basically we got her all pretty well assembled, and this is just test fit. Nothing's tight. Yeah, it's all coming back out anyway, but it does fit well for a bolt-on kit. I was concerned that, you know, stuff wasn't going to work out and it's going to need a lot of modification, and it does really fit well. So I was missing one coupler right here. I think that was supposed to be a 45 or something, but I had a 90 that worked just fine. I think I'm probably gonna like the way that looks better anyway, so that worked out. But as you can see, I mean, clearance on everything is awesome. I mean, it fits great. That's hanging a little low, but I think it will come up a little higher once everything's fully in place. And then the bumper, the bash bar itself, there's a couple little spots I'm gonna have to trim, but otherwise it fits great. So it'll probably be a minute now. I mean, it'll probably be a week or two before I get back into it and tear it all back apart. Whenever my oil pan decides to show up, it's supposed to be here about a week ago now, and that's continues to be delayed by the snow. So that's kind of what I'm waiting on before I can really go any further, because I gotta get it swapped out before I can put the engine back in. Hopefully the motor mounts will mate up a little better at that point, and we'll go from there.